Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, sorry, I can't resist. I got some information to tell you guys. This is for those of you who have those mortgages out there. Now, you may not drive a Cadillac. Now, and I understand that. You ain't gotta have the gangster white walls and the TVs in the back, you know. You may not have a car at all. But the one thing about it is you all have these mortgages that have insurance. I want you to pay attention. It says we get to download a PDF. So let's go ahead and get that PDF. Single Family Housing Guaranteed Loan Program. Found this information out from an attorney known as Gene Elkins of the United States Department of Agriculture. Y'all know the United States Department of Agriculture, don't y'all? Well, Gene Elkins was the so-called compliance officer. What you're going to find out in most of these government agencies, they have attorneys in charge because of the legalities. What does this program do? It's rural development. I had somebody talk to me yesterday and told me that their home wasn't rural, so certain things didn't apply to him. I said, what do you mean? Those are laws from the 1930s. It's the definition from 1930. It's not the definition from today. Yes, you live in a rural area. They've not changed the definition, people. In order for the definition to change, Congress would have to go back and amend the law. Do you understand? The definition is in the law. It's not in their policies. They haven't changed the law. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a program to assist approved lenders. Any lender that does a mortgage loan is an approved lender. In providing low or moderate income households, that includes all of you, the opportunity to own adequate, modest, decent, safe, and sanitary dwellings as their primary residence in eligible rural areas. Eligible applicants may build, rehabilitate, improve, relocate a dwelling in an eligible rural area. The program provides a 90% loan note guarantee to approved lenders in order to reduce the risk of extending 100% loans to eligible rural home buyers. That's why you must put down 10%, people, so that they are covered by 100%. I know. You can still stand tall. Now, who may apply? Applicants must meet low-income eligibility. All of you meet low-income eligibility, unless you're a millionaire. Agreed to personally occupy the dwelling as their primary residence. Isn't that what all of your loans say, that you are agreeing to primarily occupy the dwelling? Be a United States citizen or a U.S. non-citizen national or qualified alien. You can't be a U.S. non-citizen national because that still makes you a U.S. citizen. So stop calling yourselves non-citizen nationals. Makes you a United States national. Still a U.S. citizen, people. Anyway, have the legal capacity to incur a loan obligation. Have the legal capacity to enter into a contract is what that means. Okay? Sorry, I'm just reading the law to you the way the statute is designed to be interpreted. This is coming from a lawyer. Have not been suspended or barred from participating in a federal program where you have not been found guilty for trying to defraud the federal government, such as Medicare and all those other programs, government programs, okay? Demonstrate a willingness to meet credit obligations in a timely manner. Meaning that you, when they check your credit report, you have been timely in making your credit obligations. In other words, your credit report is on hit, okay? Purchase a property that meets the program's criteria. That's why your loan must be approved, so you have to go and get the property, blah, blah, blah. What's an eligible area? Check eligible addresses for loan guarantees. What's an eligible area? Oh, I can't. Let's go back to the other one. I know. Not there. We'll go here. Let's find out if it's going to take us there. Wait. I'll take you there. Oh, how? Got to get rid of this one. All right. Let's see if it's going to take us, because I want to hyperlink to tell us. All right, ladies and gentlemen. There's Deborah Cox singing about the morning after. I got to wait for my phone to light up so I can see who it is. 1 second. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We still got our just remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Okay? I just need y'all to be thankful for what you got. If you have diamonds in the back and you're digging in the seam with the gangster lean, ooh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, that was an individual from Satcom calling me, and I took the call because we were discussing Satcom business. We were going over the details of exactly what Satcom is doing. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention as I explain to you. This program guarantees 90% of the loan to be paid. Guarantees 90%. That's why you pay the other 10%. That's why the bank is getting 100% of the loan plus your monthly payments. Okay, let's do this. Eligible addresses for the loan guarantees. Let's check something. I put in an address. Hold on. The first thing it wants you to do, now you will be amazed at this. Why would you have to agree to a disclaimer? In an effort to provide accurate and complete information regarding eligible and ineligible areas on this website, based on rural development's rural area requirements, rural development, however, does not guarantee the accuracy or the completeness of any information, product, process, or determination provided by this system. Final determination of property eligibility must be made by rural development upon a receipt of a complete application. Viewing eligible map on this website does not constitute a final determination of rural development. To proceed with viewing the eligible map, you must accept this disclaimer. Ladies and gentlemen, what the do you need to accept a disclaimer? Either it's an approved area or not. Isn't it just that simple? Well, the reason why they have that is because somebody did a video talking about rural development and the loan guarantee program after he found out from Gene Elkins, the compliance officer, the attorney, that the program existed in the first place. Pay attention. I've already gone here, so we're just going to go forward. It's going to show us a map of the United States for single-family housing guarantee. Okay? It borderlines. Now, pay attention. I want you to see, because you may not get it. With your diamond in the back, sunroof top, chilling in the scene with your gangster lean. Ooh. Ooh. You see this border line? You see that line right there? You see that line going all the way up here and around here? Okay, and then you see that line right there. That line is not giving you a demarcation for the United States. That line is giving you a demarcation for what rural is. The definition that they're using is the definition from the 1930s, not the definition from the 2000s or the 80s or the 70s. That's the problem. It's been called rural development for a reason. A rural area is not what the post office tells you. They have two different definitions. So let me tell you what I did next. Okay, because they want you to put in an address. So I put in an address and notice what it did. Notice the address. Oh, wait, no. I got the address. It was up here. There it is right there. I just put in an address that I know of this address. And watch what it tells me. This address is in California. This is not the exact address. It's a different address, but nonetheless an address. Okay? It tells me 12323 Melville Drive, Salinas, California is located in an eligible area. It is rural development. Wait, hold on. Let me do the old place where I used to stay. Uh-oh. I'm just curious because this is Los Angeles. The reason why I'm putting this address in, this is the projects. It says it's not located in an eligible area. It's the projects, people. Of course it's an eligible area. It's a low income area. There's the area where I told you, where's my Central Highway? That's the 110 freeway. That's the Harbor Freeway. And this, I don't see Central. Maybe I need to blow it up. Oh, you blowing stuff up? You know you can get put in jail. Nickerson Gardens. There you go, the housing projects. Did you see how it highlighted it? Actually called it Nickerson Gardens. Okay, Nickerson Gardens. And look at that, Parmalee. That's the old street that I used to live on. Parmalee Avenue and Zamora. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a street. Okay, anyway. The way you see this set up is how the apartments are set up. This is a parking lot. This is a parking lot. My house would have been, or the apartment would have been right here. This is a parking lot. Okay, that's how detailed this stupid map is. Okay, that's the projects, ladies and gentlemen. And when I say the projects, this whole area is the projects. A huge area. Nickerson Gardens. It's William Nickerson Recreation Center. Okay. Which was just the gym. Okay. That's where we played basketball. Here's Central Avenue. And let me show you. Gotta let you know. See? Imperial Highway. That's where I lived. A long time ago. Grew up there. But what happened is, there's the street. This is called Success Avenue. Nobody had success on that avenue. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Imperial and Success used to have a red light. The Bounty Hunters, that's the gang that lived in this area. They're called Bounty Hunters. Oh, by the way, so that you'll understand, the projects go all the way to Imperial Highway. Here is a little cul-de-sac where it used to be a repair center for auto repair shop, and it's changed so many times over the years. But this is all projects, this whole area. And then we got to go to 112th Street. Got to show you 112th Street. That's the school. Maxine Waters used to be a teacher's assistant, and my mother used to be a teacher's assistant. 112th Street Elementary. Where's my mouse? Mouse, there you go. There's the 112th Street Elementary School. Okay, what you don't see is them saying 112th Street Elementary School. Now look, all the other neighborhoods, I want you to pay attention. You don't see listing of all the other neighborhoods, but you do see Nickerson Gardens listing. Okay. It says it's not an eligible area. Why isn't it an eligible area? Because it's the projects. Of course it's not an eligible area for low income housing. And that's why I'm laughing. Oh God. Let's see. Do I know another address? I don't know another address offhand. Let's do West Imperial Highway. Okay, maybe. That'll be right around Vermont Avenue. Okay, and it says it's not an eligible area. I don't know. I believe that's an apartment building. I'm not sure. I said it'll be right around Vermont Avenue. Western Vermont would be the next major street. After, is Vermont before Western? Vermont's before Western, so I was right above Vermont Avenue. See? Vermont. That's how well I know the area. Okay? So, I want you all to pay attention. Los Angeles Southwest College. That's why it's not an eligible area. I'm sorry. I find it as funny. I put 1525 West Imperial Highway. I wasn't trying to pick LA Southwest College, okay, a college that I went to for a couple of semesters. I wasn't trying to pick that, okay, but this is Los Angeles. Ladies and gentlemen, when they built this stupid freeway called the 105 freeway. Many of you have never heard of the 105. This is a freeway they built through Los Angeles to get you to the airport. It goes from the airport all the way over to Orange County. This freeway, when they built it in the 90s, when they were going through, again, as I highlighted, where my mouse at? Okay, as I highlighted Nickerson Gardens, what happens is this was Central Avenue. There's an exit on Central Avenue, okay, but I want you to really pay attention. The exit before that is on Wilmington Avenue. Where's Wilmington? I think that is Wilmington right there. Wilmington Avenue goes through the heart of Watts, but I didn't mean to go that much up. Anyway, then we're gonna get back to the video. I like this map, by the way. This is the 105 freeway. That's the Harbor Freeway. This is the one that you guys will see on TV all the time. It's the Hollywood Freeway, but you'll see it downtown Los Angeles. Whenever you see the freeway in Los Angeles, they're always showing you the Harbor Freeway. Okay, it's the 110. All right, this for you people who've never been to Los Angeles, never been to California. Okay, this is Wilmington Avenue. Very dangerous neighborhood, but however, we have a police station here. Okay, this is a police station right about here. This is Charles Drew University, and this is Martin Luther King Hospital. We called it Killer King. Okay, they changed it to Charles Drew, but it was Martin Luther King Medical Center, Martin Luther King Hospital. Then they changed it to Killer Drew. We called it Killer King because a lot of people died there. The reason why a lot of people died is because it's a trauma center. So usually when you go to Martin Luther King, you are in bad shape. I didn't go to Martin Luther King when I had my accidents. I specifically, because of the reputation of Martin Luther King, I demanded that they not take me to Martin Luther King. And because I had insurance, I had those rights. Okay? Let me go ahead and give you more of a general understanding of this area. Projects. This whole area is projects. Nickerson Garden Territory. Bounty hunters is what this area is. Okay? That's the gang that controls this area. Across the street here is Compton. Compton's in the house. Okay? Different gang on this side than on this side. Ain't no railroad tracks here. The railroad tracks is here. No, railroad tracks is Wilmington. This is the railroad tracks. See? Railroad tracks. That's the railroad track. That's the other side of the tracks. There's another set of tracks just before that, and there's another track that runs through here. Okay, but what I'm trying to get you to understand, we had Imperial Courts. There's another set of projects in Los Angeles. Now you got Imperial Courts and Nickerson Gardens. They don't get along. Two separate gangs. But then after you got Imperial Courts and Nickerson Gardens, where's my Jordan Downs, y'all? Because most of y'all done watched the movie Menace to Society. Well, they're dealing with Imperial Court and Jordan Downs. Jordan Downs. What a name, huh? Jordan Downs. So Jordan Downs, I haven't been here in this area in a long time. There is our, come on now, I just had it. And then we got one more thing. I'm going to show you the Maxine Waters location. But again, where her school is, WLCAC. Jordan Downs. Okay, there's the other projects. Okay, Jordan Downs, Nickerson Gardens, and the Imperial Courts. Three projects didn't get along with each other. Couldn't stand each other. Okay, where's my Central Avenue? Okay, that's Avalon. That's Central. Right here, 108. Right here is where Maxine Waters WLCAC started. However, now Maxine Waters WLCAC is this whole area right here. Okay, she has bought up all of this area. Okay, that's her school. That's the area where she got started. This is the area where she trained us. We had to come here to this building every day after school for an hour. After we went to that building, signed in for an hour every day after school, and yes, we know she got paid for that, okay? She got paid for that. So after she did that, I would get on the bus, I would take Central, or I would walk all the way up to Imperial. There were bounty hunters, so I didn't have to worry about being jumped by anybody. I lived in the same neighborhood. And I would drive all the way over here, past Alameda Boulevard, all the way over here to Long Beach Boulevard. Come on now, where's my Long Beach? That's Long Beach. Long Beach Boulevard on Imperial Highway. Just before you get to Long Beach Boulevard, you got to another street. And what I would do at that street, that's where we would find our hospital. And that stupid hospital was known as St. Francis Memorial Hospital. Okay, you know what? I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if St. Francis is past Long Beach Boulevard, because it's been a long time, ladies and gentlemen, since I've been there. So let me make sure. You know, Spanish Harlem? There it is, St. Francis Medical Center. Martin Luther King Boulevard, it was called Century Boulevard originally, but they changed it to Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. So St. Francis Medical Center, this whole area right here. This is the whole area that I told them that I was going to make that hospital named after me. And every step of the way the court said, interfered with me. That's me just letting y'all know about Los Angeles, where I used to live. All right. Let's get back to rural development, people. See, I digress. I have a reason for digressing, because they're trying to tell you that the single-family housing guarantee doesn't cover certain areas, and that's a lie. It doesn't cover those areas because those areas fall under other programs, single-family housing direct. Let's find out about single-family housing direct. I haven't clicked on this one yet, and we're not even going to go to income limits. We don't care about that right now. What I need to explain to you is why all of this applies to you. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, each of your homes come with a government guarantee. The governments had to guarantee that the banks would be paid because they were restricting or withholding money. And so they literally put the government in a stranglehold, because this is all about commerce. The banks control commerce. The government doesn't control commerce. If the governments were to shut down the banks right now and produce their own money, it would take years for the people to get used to that and to buy into that. Do you understand? It would take years for the people to accept that, just like it took years for the people to accept legal tender. They didn't just accept legal tender because the government said something about legal tender. Again, take a look at the map here. Look at how it cuts off everything. Now, it shows that, but let's see. And you see how it takes care of Hawaii? Okay, let's look at this map. It still wants us to put in addresses, because it says we're looking for single-family housing direct. Okay, all homes are single-family housing loans. I was doing a video and I was talking about Puerto Rico. Okay, let me explain something to you about Puerto Rico. United States has no control over these islands here, this island here, or this island. These are all islands. No matter what anybody tells you, these are islands. Okay? Nobody has any control over these islands. United States only had this one. These are all too small. This is the largest island for which the United States could take control over. And they got it from the Spaniards in 1898. 1898, 1899. Under the Jones Act, that said Puerto Rico could not trade or do business with any other neighboring island. They used to do trade and business with the neighboring islands, but they specifically prohibit them from trading with any other island. Puerto Rico has to trade with only the United States. Everything going to Puerto Rico or from Puerto Rico has to go from here to here. This is why Puerto Rico will never advance, because they're international. This is international waters, international taxes going here to send products away from Puerto Rico to any other place, which means it costs them more, which means they can do less business. And when they get products from here, international taxes again to where they have to pay to get the products into Puerto Rico. The Jones Act says Puerto Rico cannot do anything with any other body. However, guess what? If they were a state, they could do business with other entities, other countries, other companies. But Puerto Rico, as of now, can't do any business with the neighboring islands. But the Dominica Island can do business with other islands. Haiti can do business with other islands. Jamaica and Cuba. Florida can do business with other islands, but not Puerto Rico. This is designed so that the Puerto Rican people won't decide to say, F the United States. Forget y'all, we don't want to have nothing to do with y'all. Because we way over here, y'all, we ain't want to be nothing, we don't even want to be bothered. That can't happen, ladies and gentlemen. And as long as the United States keeps placing in their puppets as governors, because that's what the Jones Act says, the United States appoints the governor. That's why Puerto Rico will never have a vote. They're trying to get a vote in the presidential election. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody has a vote in the presidential election. Haven't you guys paid attention? It's called the delegates, the Electoral College. They pick the president. That's the real election. They tell you this every year. Even when Bush and Trump were put in office, they were all telling you. That's why the Supreme Court did not rule when they talked about the popular vote, because a popular vote doesn't mean a dang thing. Okay? Doesn't mean a dang thing. Now, United States, we got St. John, where's Vincent? Excuse me, there are a lot of people being arrested and brought to Puerto Rico from St. Vincent, St. John, and I don't see it. Oh, I'm ready! Yes, I'm ready! I guess it's too small to list. To hold you, kiss you, please you, squeeze you, hold you. I'm ready. Hey, St. Vincent, there it is. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to go on. Originally, our offices for SATCOM were located out of the Dominica. Okay, we have since left the Dominica because these are some crooks. Oh, God, yes, there are some crooks. St. Kitts and Nevis. We have a Nevis Foundation. We're out of St. Kitts and Nevis. Okay, at least now you know. Now that we got that out of the way, now that you know about how things are really set up and how they have organized everything, the United States only needs Puerto Rico because they don't have anything else over here as a buffer between Russia or the African countries. And Africa, as big as it is and as many people as it is, none of them actually, not one single country in Africa has an actual military that is of any threat to anybody. No nuclear powers, and they're going to keep it that way. Do you know why they're going to keep it that way? Because if they did, there are too many people in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, there are too many people in Africa. You got the Mecca, which is in this area, got the Mecca, and then look at Ethiopia with all its people, and that's why they want Somalia, because it's on the coast. That's why the United States is concerned about Somalia. If it wasn't for that, the United States wouldn't be in Somalia. Pay attention to where Somalia is, people. The United States has control of northern Somalia. That's their so-called ally. They want to control this, the Gulf, the Persian Gulf. Why is it called the Persian Gulf anyway? Oh, I said Sudan, Mecca being over. No, I'm talking about Saudi Arabia. I don't even know what I was thinking about over here in Sudan. I'm sorry for you Saudi Arabian, Sudani, Islamic individuals. I know where Saudi Arabia and Mecca is. I apologize for that. I don't know why I was looking at Sudan and Saudi Arabia, because I think I was really trying to get over here to talk about northern and southern Somalia. The United States wants control of the Gulf because the oil from Saudi Arabia doesn't go this way, it comes this way. Why? Because Saudi Arabia getting through here has to pay. They have control of that still nonetheless. Here are your Persians. Okay? And I said Persian Gulf. I'm sorry, this is not the area. This is Nile River, Red Sea area. Sorry, Persian Gulf. Persian, Iranian. I'm so sorry, y'all, that I'm messing this up right now. It ain't because I'm tired, because I am tired, but I got 11 hours of sleep last night. I am trying to rush this, and I apologize. I shouldn't be rushing this. Okay? We got our Persian Gulf. Saudi Arabia going to the Persian Gulf. They don't go through here because they don't control this. Whew. And this is Eritrea. This is the country that have been imprisoning Jehovah's Witnesses just because they're Jehovah's Witnesses and won't join the army. They come in as conscientious objectors, which as conscientious objectors, they should have the ability as conscientious objectors to do other work that doesn't involve carrying guns and killing people. The United Nations and the European World Court have ruled that conscientious objectors do have that right, but Eritrea, well, it's Eritrea because it's not the E sound. Eritrea has that so-called policy. Here's that Red Sea. So when it said Moses parted the Red Sea, people are saying that it was up here where he parted it. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it could not have been up here where he parted the Red Sea because it took them all night to walk through. This wouldn't take all night. This would take all night. Okay, so go back and look at the area that they were in. They were in Pyrahatra. And in Pyrahatra, they crossed the Red Sea. It took all night. Historical facts, scientists have proven that yes, that could have happened if there was a nice stiff wind. Well, look at that. According to the scripture, there was a nice stiff wind. Hold on. Got to show you that, and then we're going to get back to our talking about the loan guarantee program and how all of you should be taking care of your mortgages. 1 second. Two things. This is the Bible that I told you guys about, American Contemporary Version, but it says Jehovah here, Jehovah there. I'm amazed. Jehovah there, Jehovah. Like I said, Jehovah appeared in the English Bible, or Yahweh in the Hebrew version of Scripture, over 7,000 times. But not no more. Okay, I'm looking for the next chapter. And now the next chapter. Okay, I'm not caring about the firstborn, so it looks like we're going to be right about verse number chapter 15. Sorry. Apologize for that. No, that's right after. So chapter 14. Okay. This is saying sons of Israel turn back in camp at Pyrahitra. Okay. Between Migdol and the sea. Okay. So let's see if this correlates with the map that we were just looking at. Let's see. We're at the Red Sea. And the names have changed, people. Okay. But it definitely, they weren't up here near this area because it would have made no sense. Okay. No, technically they were right here. So it took them all night to cross the Red Sea. But do we have any proof that it was the way scientists are saying it could have happened with the wind blowing? I thought you would never ask. We're going to show that real quick and then I'm going to shut up. Because I don't need to be talking anymore. Let's see. He tells them Jehovah will fight for you, so keep silent or shut up. Okay. Now, he says, I'm looking for the wind. Stretched out his hand over the sea. And Jehovah caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all night and made the sea dry land and the waters were divided. Scientists have rerun the little experiment in their laboratories proving that if they caused a strong enough breeze to go through the water that it would literally divide the water. And the water would stand up on both sides. They have actually done it. I've seen the news footage. So there you go. Another evidence or proof of something that occurred in scripture that scientists later proved that could be the case, and it shows they walked on dry ground. Because if he just divided the water, somebody in the future would have said, well, how did the ground get dry? It got all that water and that ground would have stayed muddy, because I've been in a flood before and the ground stays mud for a long time. I just showed y'all a video where they do the thing, the mud, where after the flood happened, the people are still in boots walking in mud because the water saturates that mud and it takes a long time for the sun to dry the mud. So it is muddy, 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 bloody muddy. Okay? Anyway, We're not worried about funds backed by loan guarantees to be used for. I want you guys, I was going to say we're not worried about this, but we are worried about this. That's why I'm going to this section. New or existing residential property to be used as a permanent residence. Closing costs and reasonable customary expenses associated with the purchase may be included in the transaction. Yeah, that's right. The banks get paid for the closing costs. Twice. You pay the closing costs and then they get paid the closing costs because you pay the 10% plus closing costs. The bank includes the closing costs in the purchase price so they get the money from the government in that 90%. A site with new or existing dwellings, repair or rehabilitation when associated with the purchase of an existing dwelling. So they also get paid for the rehabilitation of the property. So when the bank spruces up a property for you, they get reimbursed from that from the government. Refinance. When you refinance a home, pay attention. They get paid. Okay? Oh, and by the way, we ain't just going to stop there. We're going to stop with, remember, the law requires there always to be reasonableness. So this is not a lawyer's term. This is a legalese term. Reasonable and customary connection fees, assessments, and pro rata installment costs for utilities such as water, sewer, electricity, gas, for which the buyer is liable. Excuse me. Those, when they turn the electricity over in their name, they work it out to where they get paid for the turning the electricity over in their name. They get reimbursed and they get paid fees for setting that all up. Then they share in the real estate taxes. So you end up paying for the real estate taxes. And then you, payable and due at the time of the loan closing. Funds available will be allowed to establish escrow accounts for real estate taxes and hazard and flood insurance premiums. Interesting. Essential equipment such as wall-to-wall carpeting, washer, dryers, refrigerator, ranges, ovens, heating and cooling equipment, along with equipment to conveyed with the dwelling. Purchase and installment measurement to promote energy efficiency. Insulation, double-paneled glass, and solar panels. See, they even get paid for putting solar panels. That's stuff that was added later. Now, how do we get started? Where can we get answers? You can't get answers because nobody there will give you the answers. But here is the governing part that I've already shown you. Single Family Home Guaranteed Loan Program Technical Handbook. Or 7 CFR Part 3555, which was changed 2014. Used to be something different. Why does United States Department of Agricultural Development do this? The program helps lenders work with low and moderate income families. It just repeats the same thing. Okay? I need you all to understand that you have two loans on your property, or two guarantees on your property, two insurance. One of them is the United States guaranteeing your loan. Well, they say mine is not part of the real development. Then tell them I need to make sure the United States hasn't guaranteed my loan. So when I do the subpoena request to the Department of Agriculture for the lawsuit, we're going to be asking for all government guaranteed loans. A list. Then we're going to be asking for a list of all guaranteed loans that have been paid off by the government. When they were paid, when they were paid off, how they were paid off. Why are you doing that? Well, the reason why we're asking is when these loans was paid off, because we know many of them were paid off at the signing. So we need to prove that. How they were paid off. So if they paid off these loans and the banks were still charging the people, that means the banks were committing fraud against the U.S. government. Ow! You see where we're going with this? That's a part-time lover. Another version of it. This is part-time lover. But a part-time lover. Anyway, this happened during the Nelson Mandela apartheid thing in Africa when he came out with this song. We are undercover, passion on the rise. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I can explain this so that all of you get it. You have insurance on your property required by all loans. Conventional home loans must have mortgage default insurance. So let's do that. Let's put that in there. Conventional home loans must have mortgage default insurance. Stop listening. I had to get rid of the word default because it is mortgage insurance, not mortgage default insurance. He and me is a part-time mother. Oh, if you're wondering where I got part-time mother, that's Tupac when he sang. I want you to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention to something. Y'all with me right now? So that y'all know that this man ain't never lied to y'all. But we're going to do Brenda's Got a Baby. Okay? Brenda's got a baby. Barely, blah, 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 blah. Talks about her being a part-time mother. That's where he's getting the phrase part-time mother from. Okay? Part-time mother. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this man has never lied to you all. Mortgage insurance premiums, MIP, are required for all FHA loans. All federal loans require mortgage insurance. They protect the lender in case the client should default. Conventional loans require 5% down payment. Primary or private mortgage insurance can be removed once the loan-to-value ratio reaches 80%. But until then, the house has mortgage insurance. So all of your loans are FHA loans. Every single one of the conventional loans are FHA loans. I did not make this up. Quicken Loans told you. Quicken Loans. Y'all remember Quicken Loans? Quicken Loans, don't y'all? They're all over the place. Never. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that's your entertainment while the screen pulls up. Okay. Obama administration recently announced a reduction in mortgage insurance premiums for FHA loans of 50 basis points, or 0.5%. The administration expects to save more than 2 million homeowners an average of $900 each year. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all FHA loans require insurance. It's part of the premium for your home loan. It's automatic. Get out of my screen, stupid morons. Okay, it's automatic. Hold on. Uh-oh, went too far. Oh, you done gone too far. I don't know what's wrong with you. Just stop it. Don't touch it no more. I'm sorry. A separate program expands a 3% down payment option for conventional loans. This was initially offered to first-time home buyers, but it makes loans more affordable for people with lower to moderate income as well. Ladies and gentlemen, conventional home loans, and again, first-time and low and moderate income as well. It covers all conventional loans, ladies and gentlemen, because to qualify for a conventional loan, you have to be one of these three. Okay? Just that simple. Lower mortgage insurance premiums. I'm not the person, the United States government and Quicken Loans is telling you about the mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance premiums are required for all FHA loans to protect the lender should and in case a client defaults. However, this also benefits the homeowner. Why? How does it benefit the homeowner? By enabling them to access a mortgage with a lower down payment, which can be as little as 3.5%. Don't be confused, okay, with private mortgage insurance. Private mortgage insurance is different, you see, which is applicable only to conventional loans. Liar. But no, technically, you understand what he's saying? Private mortgage insurance is only with conventional loans. Now, let me make sure you understand when I say the government requires mortgage default or mortgage insurance for all conventional loans. A separate program expands 3% down option to conventional loans. This was initially offered the first time home blah blah blah. Pay attention. Conventional loans were included. Okay, let's go on. For example, on an FHA loan, if you make a minimum down payment of 3.5%, 96.5, your MIP, mortgage insurance payment, would be 1.35 of your mortgage amount under the previous policy. So if you have a $100,000 mortgage, you'd pay $1,350 annually. It's included in your mortgage payment. Okay, with the newly announced 50-point base reduction, the rate now drops to 0.85%. So with the same loan amount, you're now paying $850 for mortgage insurance annually, thus saving $500 per year. So, as I told you all, if you are making insurance payments with your mortgage payments and you have been in your house 17 years and they're trying to take your house away from you, you are paying $1,700 or $1,300 a year times 17 years. That's a little bit over $20,000 that you're due back in mortgage insurance because you're paying to protect yourself. You're paying to protect your house. If they take the house, watch this. Let's go. What did it say mortgage insurance was there to do? It says they protect the lender in case the client should default. Well, once the client defaults, they're supposed to apply for mortgage insurance. They're supposed to file a claim. All federal housing loans require mortgage default insurance. And if you look up, hold on, we got to put this in. Uniform Non-Judicial Foreclosure Act. The Uniform Non-Judicial Foreclosure Act, or the UNFA, will provide two new methods of foreclosure designed to provide higher effective prices. The delays and inefficiencies associated with foreclosures by judicial actions are costly. They increase the risk of vandalism, fire loss, and decapitation, and destapination, damage, and waste. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just to let you know that the Uniform Non-Judicial Foreclosure Act applies to both single-family, multifamily, and judicial foreclosures. Okay, it's just called the Uniform Non-Judicial Foreclosure Act to throw people off. Okay, and they couldn't have it UJFA. See, they couldn't even pronounce that, but this is UNFA. You UNFA, stupid mother UNFA. Okay, that's what the Non-Judicial Foreclosure Act, and for short, Non-Judicial Foreclosure Act. That's the short title, but it's the Uniform Non-Judicial Foreclosure Act. And look, in 1974, the National Conference of Commissioners on Uniform State Laws adopted the Uniform Land blah blah blah. So this is not the first time they come up with something like this, but the Uniform Non-Judicial Foreclosure Act requires that the lender on all FHA loans get a letter from the FHA director permitting them to go forward with any foreclosure. What I'm doing this for is to make you understand, if that is the case, all FHA loans are required to have mortgage insurance. All FHA loans are required to have mortgage insurance. Let me say that again. All FHA loans are required to have mortgage insurance. I did not ask about private mortgage insurance. All of these articles down here are about private mortgage insurance. Conventional loan guidelines. I didn't ask about private mortgage insurance. I said mortgage insurance. While most lenders require mortgage insurance on loans with blah blah, home buyers have the option. Go to a traditional bank, blah blah blah. So let's do this. No mortgage insurance required. A smaller down payment and no mortgage insurance required. Yeah, right. All conventional home loans require mortgage insurance. So don't use the word conventional. All homes are FHA loans. Well, the FHA said that my loan is not registered with them. The FHA is lying to you. The Federal Housing Act makes it quite clear what houses fall under the Federal Housing Act and which ones don't. And all homes fall under the Federal Housing Act. And as I showed you earlier by this same article, Federal Housing Act requires all of the houses to have insurance. Where's my highlight? Oh, this is not Gangster's Paradise. This is, see, I got Gangster's Paradise and I can't even think of the full name of this song by Stevie. The Pastime Paradise. Let me see if Pastime is the, yep, Pastime Paradise. Living in the pastime. Just had to sing the song, y'all. We live most our lives living. See? Tell them who are. Okay. Anyway, so since all of these homes have mortgage insurance, since you have been paying this mortgage insurance because it's included in your mortgage payments, many of you did not know this. They may have said it to you, but you didn't realize what they were saying. And they told you, well, that's only about $1,000 a year. But, you know, you make that in increments of $50 a month. And so, you know, that's how you get past that, okay? So don't worry about that. That's what the realtor will tell you to get you to sign the stupid papers. They don't mention the fact that you have insurance. Okay? I call it foreclosure protection insurance because if you have insurance, should you default, that benefits you, not the bank. And many of you are not bringing this up. Shame on you. So, what I said in the other video, I say here. File a small claims lawsuit against the bank. You file a small claims lawsuit against the bank and you're only suing for the rights of beneficiary because the bank has abandoned that right when it took your home. Okay, this is for people who've had their homes foreclosed on. I'm not going to talk about the people who are already in their home. You have to go back and listen to that video. This is for the people who've already had their homes foreclosed on. If you feel that you were done wrong by the bank, then file a small claims lawsuit against the bank. You're only looking for a declaratory judgment. They're going to ask you to put a dollar amount, and you're going to tell them there is no dollar amount. You're going to put unspecified. They're going to insist, there's small claims, we need a dollar amount. Say, you need to show me the law that says that I need to put a dollar amount down there. This is a small claims lawsuit. It's under $10,000 because there's no dollar amount. It's under $10,000, so it qualifies as a lawsuit. There's a defendant, there's a plaintiff, there's a claim being stated. That's your issue. Most, they want to see a dollar amount because they don't want you to know that you have the right to get a declaratory judgment. So let's do this because we need to have you guys know this. 1 second. How to obtain a declaratory judgment in small claims court. Let's see if it's possible. No, so that's New York. Hey, I'm a whale watcher. I'm a fool, ain't I? All right. I said I'm a whale watcher. Sorry, I didn't mean anything by that. I was just coming up with a word that sounded something like what the guy was saying in the song, and I did not realize the irony of saying whale watcher and how some people would be offended by that. So if you got offended by that, you got to get over it because it wasn't meant to offend anybody. All right, the instruction for filing the declaratory judgment. If your forms are not properly completed and the parties are not properly served, your case will be dismissed and or you may not obtain your final judgment. A declaratory judgment establishes the rights or other legal relations of the parties without providing for enforcement. For example, if you obtain a vehicle, boat, and cannot obtain the certificate of title from the previous owner, you would need to obtain a judgment declaring your ownership of the deed of trust. Be sure to clearly print your name and the defendant's name and a caption the top of all the enclosed documents. The action must be brought in a court of competent jurisdiction where your property is, or where you instituted the agreement, based on the value of the property. Okay? Your claim amount is based on the value of the property. You don't want to put it based on the value of the property, ladies and gentlemen. Please refer to a fee list for small claims, county civil jurisdiction, and filing fees. This packet is not to be used for an amount of claim over $1,500. That's why I say some courts it's $10,000, some courts it's $5,000, some courts it's $7,000, some courts it's $25,000 a small claim. Okay, would need to be filed with the clerk. Here's the problem. You see how they're telling you must put a dollar amount? That is not true. I know that for a fact. Complete all documents provided in this packet. Be sure that you do not sign any other paperwork outside the presence of a notary or deputy clerk. Use specific information in your complaint and attach all necessary documentation, for example, bill of sale. All paperwork provided to the office is used for pro se litigants only. Pro se means that you are acting as your own attorney. Acting as your own attorney makes you responsible for everything that involves your case file. For example, if you do not receive a court date or notice from the clerk's office or the judge, it is up to you to contact the judge for a hearing. Excuse me. Filing fee for the case are based on the value of the property as such. So if the property is $4,000, you pay $300. If the property is $100, you pay $55. You know what? There you go. There you go. Pay your $55, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Summons fee of $10 will be required for each defendant to be served, along with the service fee as follows. Service in Florida, address only, can be done. Oh, this is Florida, not New York. Look, I thought that was New York. Interesting. There's a county in New York with the same name. Let's see. Copy. Let me make sure, because I could be wrong. Remember. This is the smiling faces I was talking about in the last video, y'all. See, timing is everything. Believe me when I tell you, smiling faces. See, I told you it was New York. I know because I lived in upstate New York, and you're going to find it's near, see, East Greenbush. Okay? Tell lies. And I got truth. I got proof. I got truth too. Okay, so now we know that I was correct, but I wasn't correct because this is Florida. Okay, and in Florida, they want the sheriff to serve everyone. Okay, but you don't have to use the sheriff. You can use a process server. You just have to follow the rules for your state. Okay, then you got $5,000 to $1,400, $300 filing fee. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm showing you this because that's what you're going to do as a declaratory judgment. Now, some of you, and it even gives you a sample sheet. Okay, those of you who want to edit this, let's see. I want to copy this. So hold on. Hey, your enemy won't do you no harm. You know why? Because you know where he's coming from. Don't let the handshake and the smiles fool ya. Take my advice, I'm only trying to school you. Okay, we're going to open this document. I don't want to open it in, see, it opened it in Torch. I don't want to open it in Torch. So what I'm going to, get out of here. What we're going to do is we're going to click on Open with System Viewer. Always open in System Viewer is what I want. This is my System Viewer. So I'm going to let it open. We already have the rule development. And it ain't opening. Hey, you know what? y'all need to hold on because I'm working my way back. Y'all understand how I'm working my way back, right?
I'll be working my way back to you, babe.
Okay. Sorry, one of my favorite groups growing up. Don't have an actual favorite song from them, but we had the Spinners, the Four Tops, and I forgot who else was it. Mine wasn't the Temptations because I wasn't really into that. I just asked you to open and it didn't open, y'all. I'm trying to show y'all something. Oh, because I clicked always open in System Viewer and I never clicked open again like I just did. What I want to show you is this. We have this editor that we're using, and you guys who don't know how to do a motion, we're going to do edit content. Don't want that. I want this symbol right here. And because I'm not in Florida, I don't want that symbol. Because I'm not in Florida, so I don't need nothing that says Florida. So I click edit, I click on it, and I get rid of the Florida thing. I don't need that seal. See, here it is again. I let it get away. I used to love to make you cry. It made me feel like a man inside. If I'd been a man in reality, I was about to say about if I had my cake and eat it too. But anyway, my nights are long. And see, I'm doing this just to show you that you can do it. And then in a second, I'm going to show you how to download this program so that you can have a copy of this program. And see, this right here, this is the court address. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, okay, and we will take this and we'll take that and I will highlight that. And then I'll get back to my edit so that the person can do that. Now, eventually I'll put this up on the net, on the sitcom website, but for right now, we already have tons of documents like this up there. I'm just making sure it doesn't have the Florida information. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is just my advice to those of you who have had your homes taken. Here's the idea. What you do by getting a declaratory judgment granting you the rights as beneficiary, since the beneficiary, your obligations to the beneficiary have been complete. They got the home back. Remember, the home is there so that they can get paid. They got the home back. Now you want to be beneficial rights as the beneficiary, so that you can file a claim with the insurance company. The insurance company is going to do their best not to let you file a claim, so you'll have to sue the insurance company, thus asking for the finances regarding the account, because now you'll have access to the account. They will indicate when you do the audit of the account showing that they've already paid off that particular account. However, once they do that, now you'll be able to prove without doing it directly by bringing a lawsuit for fraud. Now you'll be able to prove conspiracy and fraud, that the mortgage insurer conspired with the lender to defraud you because the lender can't get the mortgage insurance and the house. Okay, that's illegal. Okay, this is how you prove that without filing a lawsuit and getting an attorney to prove it and going through all the rigmarole. You prove it by doing an in and around. Okay? I just need for all of you to understand, that's the reason why you're getting a small claims judgment for your receiving beneficial rights, because of the contract structure. You're not suing for breach of contract because that's not your argument. You're suing because they took the house. Once they got the house back and they resold it, even if they sold it to themselves, that was their choice for accepting that loss. The fact is, they got the house and the full value of the house. They got the house in its par value. The fact that they decided to pay for less, that's on them. Nobody told them to do that. They ran an auction. Please, they didn't announce that in any forum or arena to where they could have gotten the actual value of the house. Okay? Just that simple. And then they resold it. When they resold the house, see, they buy the house and then they resell it. Then you include that amount saying that they received more than the par value of the home. Okay, you don't have to bring up the government guarantee. You don't have to bring up the insurance at this time. But you can mention that you had foreclosure protection insurance, which would have prevented them from taking the house. But since they elected to take the house, that means that they were electing to forego any type of claim for the house. I mean, for the beneficial rights and for the insurance, because they got the house back. Now, pay attention to this. The reason why you're doing this is because your mortgage is still being traded over the market even after your foreclosure. The mortgage is still being traded. You want the beneficial rights. You don't want to become the beneficiary securitization trustee. No, you want to just become the beneficiary so that the securitization trustee trading on the market has to give you all the dividends from the house so that you get paid like the banks continue to get paid. Okay, then when you do that, now you file the insurance claim. If the insurance doesn't want to pay the claim, then you do a lawsuit, file for subpoenas, and then you get the information showing the complete audit of the account, which will show that they've already paid off the bank, which now shows that they conspired with each other. Now you get to bring that up and you get to demand the court order that criminal prosecution ensue. You feel me? This is how you get them back without going right at them with a sledgehammer and hitting them straight upside the head. This is how you get that taken care of. Y'all get me? You feel me? I feel me. All right, that's what I've been trying to tell y'all for going on almost 7 years now. You have insurance. I just proved to you that the government requires insurance on all FHA loans. Exactly what I was telling you more than 6 years ago. That it is required. I told you. I remembered that idiot getting on television, Ronald Reagan, telling that to everybody, saying that it was a requirement because the banks were whining and crying, and the United States government says that they were going to insure all loans. So I just showed you how to do the declaratory judgment. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to do any of this. This is up to you. Okay? Okay? Give me this, got one more thing to put. Okay. There will be no charge in annual mortgage insurance premiums for all case numbers assigned. FHA requirements include mortgage insurance for FHA loans to protect lenders against losses as a result of default on home mortgages. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't make this up. Like I told you, I know this. I just heard it being talked about on the news, and I've remembered it all that time. Okay? I believe this stands for basis percentage point. We were reading that in the other, and that's the only thing I can think that it stands for. Okay. Mortgage insurance is a policy that protects the lender against losses that result from default on home mortgages. FHA requires both upfront and annual mortgage insurance for all borrowers, regardless of the amount of the down payment. I need this, you guys. You're still a young man, baby. Oh, no. Don't waste your time. Someday you'll understand just what it means. Regardless of the automation terms and ratio. So I want this whole page. I'm loving you. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are doing the qualified written notices, I would suggest you put this in your qualified written notices, that your home is an FHA loan. It is sponsored by, approved by, and issued by the Federal Housing Administration. This is the subpoenas we're working on. Still a little young man. Oh, I'm sorry. That's who I forgot. FHA. See, I'm glad I'm doing this because I have to send a letter to the FHA, and I'm suggesting all of you send a letter to the FHA, letting the FHA know that, hey, I have an FHA loan. You require mortgage insurance on all FHA loans. And according to your site and according to the law, this is no matter what the down payment is, you require mortgage insurance. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go directly to FHA mortgage insurance, and then I'm going to copy that and put that here. Okay? And you write a letter to them saying, hey, I want my money. I want to get paid. Y'all done sit up here and took my stuff without having the right to take my stuff? We ain't playing that. This is a new day. Okay? Oh, there it is right there. Stevie, I love you. I had a friend who loved Stevie to death, and it was because of him that I eventually started loving Stevie. But no. Nah, too much of you. Wait. We're going to do two Stevies, y'all. This one is called Blame It on the Sun. So if y'all want to blame it on somebody, don't blame it on me. Y'all better listen to Stevie and blame it on the sun. We're going to go to FHA mortgage insurance. Okay? Where has my... Sorry. Alright. FHA requirements include mortgage insurance for FHA loan to protect lenders against losses that result from the default on home mortgages. Mortgage insurance premiums are required when down payments are less than 20% of the appraised value. Ladies and gentlemen, all of you pay less than 20%. All of you pay less than 20%. It took me to the same thing, so it's the same page. Let's see. I'm nowhere near. That's right, because this is at the bottom. Federal credit issues. That's down here. I blame it on the sun. Okay. Articles and mortgage news. What FICO score do I need to buy a home? Minimum credit scores for federal loans. FICO scores. Federal loans, FICO scores. Federal rules, down payment, gift funds. I'm looking for insurance. See, current annual mortgage insurance premium on certain streamlined FHA refinances. Even on refinance, there's mortgage insurance, people, and it's 55 basis point. Okay? So all of your home loans have mortgage insurance. All of your home loans are FHA loans. FHA foreclosures. FHA can't foreclose on your home, ladies and gentlemen, because they insured the home. Finance a foreclosed home with an FHA loan. Includes FHA foreclosure in Florence, Steinfeld, Fort Payne, Hamilton, Jasper, Birmingham, Northport, Tuscaloosa, Selma, Montgomery, Eflula, Monroeville, Dalton, Mobile, and Dauphin. Includes FHA foreclosures, blah, blah, blah. Arizona foreclosures. Arkansas, California foreclosures. Includes FHA foreclosures in Arcadia, Eureka, Redding, Chico, North Chico, Paradise. I'm looking for some place I know. Nah, Santa Cruz. Don't care about Santa Cruz. No, San Jose, San Francisco. Los Angeles? Yeah, I know Los Angeles. Laguna Beach? I know Laguna Beach. Very expensive neighborhood. San Diego. Okay. California foreclosures. This is FHA foreclosures, y'all. Somebody, can you grab that ribbon in the sky? There's a ribbon in the sky, y'all. Okay. I'm going to have to let y'all go. I just wanted to show y'all this so that all of you can know that even if you've been foreclosed on, even if you have been beaten, if you've been downtrodden, if you've been harmed, if you've been to the point to where you just want to give up, do not give up. Fight back, people. Highlight the fact that I just told you. Highlight the fact that they have committed fraud against you. You're thinking you did something wrong, or you're thinking that you didn't do everything right, or you're thinking that they did this or did that. What I'm trying to tell you is you brought up the wrong arguments. And what I'm trying to do is give you the correct arguments to bring up when you're doing this. Okay? Really, it is just that simple. Okay. Oh, you could actually look for an FHA foreclosed loan, but see, remember, the FHA, Federal Housing Administration, can't foreclose on your home. They guaranteed the loan. In order for them to foreclose on your home, they would have to take you to court. They would have to prove that you did something wrong. Because remember, the government guaranteed the loan. So I am going to be helping those of you who are part of the suit. And I know a lot of you want to be a part of the, come on, the Defrauded Homeowners of America loan. The Defrauded Homeowners of America loan. Defrauded Homeowners of America lawsuit. I know many of you want to be a part of that. We're going to be taking in the next round of individuals very soon. However, we're going to be sending out the subpoenas, and we're going to be getting the information that all of these so-called guaranteed loans, well, we want to know which ones the FHA has paid off in their guarantee, with their government guarantee. We want to know which notes have been paid off with the government guarantee, because guess what? We know that all of them that have been paid off with the guarantee, that the customer still paid mortgage monthly premiums, even though the bank was paid off, and that the bank still foreclosed on all of these homes. That's fraud. People, you can't do that. And that's what we're doing. We're proving that this fraud is taking place. It's an uphill battle. It's an uphill climb. But we're willing to do this for you. That's the work we're doing. So I got to get back and work on those subpoenas that you saw earlier. I got to get back and work on that. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this loan. That's because, as you saw, I was looking there. We're going to go back and end this video so that now you all know that all of your homes are under the Federal Housing Administration. Federal Housing Act is where this comes from, okay? And if you are under that, then you have a right to be paid. P-A-I-D-E. Paid. Okay? Ebonics. All right, take care. Get out of here. Get off my show. Get off my channel. Get off my life. Because it's a rhythm in the sky for our love. I'm not going to do the rest. Goodbye.